When your fall leaf cleanups are stacking up like the leaves and time is of the essence, there is no better solution than to sleigh through the leaf cleanups at warp speed with Billy Goat's flagship leaf loader, the all-new DL3700 VETR Leaf Dragon, and the Z3000 zero-turn Hurricane stand-on blower. The combination of these two all-powerful leaf-decimating machines will burn through large-scale leaf cleanups fast, helping to save valuable time and money during the season. The Leaf Dragon features 6,900 CFM of high-volume leaf suction, while the Hurricane Blower has 7,500 CFM of air volume and travels at a ground speed of 9 miles per hour. This pairing is the perfect setup for high-volume leaf cleanup that will exceed your expectations in productivity and result in a more profitable season than ever before experienced. Visit your local Billy Goat dealer or learn more at billygoat.com.
You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no-nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, talking right over your wife. My wife, not your wife, my wife.
It's kind of weird.
Maybe. It's the Monday episode, the Monday show. We've done 3 episodes now. We've done a 9.5 minute, which will never make the light of day. A 2.5 minute, which will never make the light of day. And as we're coming hot on this beautiful Monday morning, obviously we're recording it real time Sunday. Now, the funny thing is I have like shows for like the next two plus weeks. Mr. Producer's like, hey, easy there, tough guy. Like probably the next like 3 shows, you know, but normally I'm about 2-3 weeks out of my podcast, but I like to leave a break once in a while and get a guest or a solo show or my wife on the podcast. And so you would think, since you're on every 3 to 6 weeks, that you would store up some good thoughts or some ideas to bring to the podcast, to bring something to the table. So after the first 9.5 minutes, I'm like, Liz, this is not going to be very usable. Then when you're like, fine, restart. And then we did a 2.5 minute podcast. And that's all we made it was the 2.5 minutes. And so coming in hot Monday, is Monday's podcast episode for you guys. Doing our best here to bring you a value-driven, value-oriented, at least just fun podcast. I don't know if everybody wants to be so value-driven like Gary Vee. Value-driven and value-oriented. I'm like, that's fine. That's cool. I get it. Sometimes you just like don't.
Entertainment has value.
Entertainment is fun too. And sometimes it doesn't have to be always teaching or learning or mind work or brain shift type of paradigms and thought. You're going to say something really good. No. Or you're just winding up a big yawn?
Just breathing.
Why did you wind up that way? You look like The Rock trying to take a breath. You just like sucked in the whole room of atmosphere.
I was trying to stop laughing and you're not helping.
Well, what's really funny? You talk about laughter is the schedule that you made for a Quip Expo.
Okay.
You want to talk about this for a second?
Sure.
This is what ended the first podcast, so take it away.
I made a schedule on Excel.
Go ahead, look at it. Isn't it beautiful?
All of our commitments.
What's this block
for Quip.
A Quip Expo.
Yeah, and it has, the time down one column, and then across it has the days. So I can see gaps in the schedule in case I need to go back to the hotel to deal with Emmy or whatever. Okay. Brian had a list, which was great for you.
That's how you made your schedule.
It's how I made the schedule, but looking at it in the list, I didn't see the breaks in between the commitments.
So if like you saw a schedule, it's like booth takeover from 2 to 3, and then show ends at 5. Did you connect the dots that between 3 and 5 it would be free time?
But on like Wednesday, for example, there's a ton of stuff happening.
Only in the morning.
Right. It's just how I work.
No,
I just wanted to see it like this. Just because you can look at everything all hodgepodge in a list and make sense of it in your brain, my brain doesn't work like that.
So you're going to keep that schedule in your packet?
Yep, I'm going to keep it in my packet. Why'd you say it like that?
Because I was burping.
Oh, yeah. Our first episode of today, Brian threw up in his mouth.
Why would you say that?
Why not?
Well, the first
making fun of my schedule.
See, you're very like, gotta get you back. That's great for marriage. Having to get in trades like, tit for tat over here. Well, the first episode I was talking and then I had a vomit burp. I burped and
disgusting.
It was on the microphone. You don't need
to know this.
Well, not like the sub one on the microphone where you could just hear the bleh. And I go, he can edit that. I said, carry it away for a second. You go, dude, you burped into the mic. And you're like making fun of me. I'm like, thanks for covering. You take one out of Brittany Almond's page.
I'm like one of those people, people that like you have to slow down to look at an accident. It just completely distracts you.
Yeah.
I am those people. That's just it. It is what it is.
So, yeah, it's true. It's as human beings, we're interesting people. As a couple, we're even more interesting. We haven't had a chance to debrief on the golf expo, by the way.
The golf expo, the golf outing?
Or golf outing, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
It was actually pretty dope. It was so dope that you have so much to say. What are you doing right now? Why are you taking another...
I thought you were going to keep talking.
Your air funnel of sucking and breathing. Like, why do you look like a warehouse fan sucking things in? You just like suck in the whole room. What are you so tired? So we had a really fun with golf outing with Troy Clogg's folks and the Hot Pink De-icer, Hot Pink Helpers. I think
it was not hot though. It was very cold.
Nothing hot there. Very, very cold. Dude, the high that day was like 50. And by the way, the day before was 74 and sunny.
Yeah, but the almonds are coming to Michigan, so
Michigan's like, everybody.
Every time the almonds come to Michigan, the weather is
turn the heat off.
Terrible.
So there's two things. One, either Michigan has it out for the almonds. Two, the almonds bring the cold weather. Just connecting some dots.
I mean, we're going to Louisville this week, and it's not going to be warm there either.
Because the almonds are headed down.
The almonds are headed that way.
Right. I mean, cold weather follows them. So that was funny because they came up to golf in the foursome. What do they call it? A scramble?
A scramble. Caleb totally carried the team. He was the only one of us. Brittany knew what she was doing too.
Sure. She just didn't golf good that day. She blamed it on the gloves. Then she took the gloves off. Hit worse.
She took her coat off once.
Then she said it was the coat. Took her coat off. Hit worse. I'm pretty sure she was about ready to take her boots off. It was something. It was everything else other than her game.
And we just suck. We never golfed before. This is our first time ever. Even we didn't go to a driving range. We didn't do any prep work for this. We just showed up to go play 18 holes of golf.
We got about 12 of them in, by the way.
We did. I'm proud of that. Honestly, for how cold it was.
Well, but the 18 is how you finish. We got 12 holes in. We did 8.
Just be done.
We did 8. We did lunch. We did lunch for about an hour and a half.
It took us 6 hours to do the first 8.
Well, we were cold.
It was freezing.
And then there's a lot of people jamming up on the course.
Yeah, because they had fun things to do at different holes. They had it was a kind of like a potato launcher, except with a golf ball that you could just shoot off at one of the.
Yeah. There was that.
What you call it? Tee
box?
Tee box?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
The greens.
We don't know.
The green tee.
It's all greens.
Yeah. Then they had a putting challenge.
Yep.
Then there was a hole-in-one challenge.
There's a whiskey tent where I think you take 3 shots and then go with a hole-in-one or something. We didn't do that one.
Caleb just stood there for a half hour. He's like, I'll give you another one. That was funny. It was a good time, though.
It was a lot of fun. I would totally do it again.
I think you guys, so you guys know, some of you guys donated $100 for the plow raffle. Nobody that I know won it. It was some guy local that won it, if I'm not mistaken. But thank you guys.
He was there, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah, because I saw a photo with him. But thank you guys for supporting all that stuff. Whether you guys buy the Hot Pink ice melt, we actually got to buy 2 pallets here. I was just talking to their guys this morning at the plow training, or that was that yesterday.
Where are we going to put it?
In the storage lockers.
Okay.
We got to get more storage lockers. We don't have no more room. We literally have no room for anything. We got some exciting announcements on the pole barn here for next spring. We'll do another podcast episode of that because we've committed to that. But the Hot Pink thing, by the way, everybody, just so you guys listening in, Troy told me that he raised $160,000+ and just that day was like $70,000 or $80,000. That's insane.
If you guys don't know what it is, so of Susan G. Komen and all these big organizations that huge corporations donate to on your behalf and then get a tax write-off for, and then nothing ever really happens with it.
Right.
This is completely different. They actually pick people in the community we live in who are going through cancer. And, he gave the example of one lady who's going to lose her house. She couldn't work because of all the chemo and radiation. It's really, hard on your body. She has kids, and they were able to gift her enough, I think, to where she was able to keep her house.
Yeah.
Keep her functioning through treatment, just financially, which is amazing. You guys know,
she's a single mom, I think, right? Yeah.
My mom's been through cancer. Brian's aunt as well. It's hard to find somebody who hasn't been affected by it. So giving to somebody locally who actually, returns that money to people in the community and not just these big corporations who really knows what they do with the funds is so, so important and such a cool thing to be able to to be a part of.
Yeah, I don't know like administrative, like what percentage, like 80%, 90 cents on the dollar. I know I would imagine it's, if not all of it, probably with Troy. I don't think they're taking anything off the top. But like, Susan G. Komen and all these big outfits, and they I'm sure they do good work, but you usually realize that like 60, 70, 80 cents on the dollar goes to like administrative costs and executive this and board member salaries, and it's like just a way for rich people to like write off money basically to themselves. I don't believe that's the case with Troy and his team, because we gave the Launchpreneur Academy Live. We try to sponsor one thing a year right off the top. Last year we gave $5,000 to a couple for some private education.
Christian community Christian
school
in our area. They were putting together lunches and stuff for Haiti. And then the rest went to fund the school. So it was twofold. It was really, really cool. The kids got to be a part of it. And
this year, you guys, with all your guys' generosity with Launchpreneur Academy, the snow contracts, the lawn care contracts, the training programs, the whole ball of waxes, of course, the ticket sales for LAL, we gave $5,000 off the top to Hot Pink. And I guess, and this is kind of cool. Like, I'm not looking for attaboys or anything like that or prideful in it, but it is kind of cool. Like, I dreamed of being able to like give away money like this, but we were like the biggest donor
sponsor.
Yeah, we were the premier sponsor.
It was cool because we got to see it was neat seeing Launchpreneur Academy.
Well,
everywhere.
I thought there was a typo. I was like, Troy, like I know you like you're thankful and we do some stuff with social media and YouTube and help you guys and share and all this other stuff. But I was like, Troy, like that's a little much. But like we were on every other hole, and on all the banners in the front, center, middle, our logo was huge comparatively. And I'm like, that's awesome. But we were like the bronze sponsor. What did the silver and the gold or whatever, sponsor? What did they get? I'm like, oh man, there's got to be something huge. And so I caught up with Troy, and I said, this is just an interesting thought or interesting stat. But I said, what happened to the $15,000 spot and the $10,000 spot? Because we did the $5,000 spot. And he goes, nobody bought them. He goes, nobody bought them. But what we did is we split the baby after. We did two $2,500 spots, if you will. So like the bronze spot that we bought for $5,000 kind of like became the presenting sponsor. He goes, you gave the most money towards this thing. And I was like, what? Dude, like, which is all you guys listening in. Yeah. I'm telling you guys straight up, when you guys give to us, like, man, I'm telling you, if you guys know anything about like our history, dude, we've been exceedingly blessed. We pay it forward. Like we tithe off everything we make. We give off of everything we make like crazy. We talk about it, but like, just to let you guys know that like your money's going to a good cause, but like we don't talk about it to say like, hey, we're awesome. Nothing like that. But dude, it is really cool that you guys gave so much money to this whole event outside of the tickets that you guys bought, the raffles, all this other stuff. I thought it was pretty dope. And Troy's like, I'm like, dude, there's like, so I don't want to name any other brands, but I'm like, all these other big fish, nobody ponied up. And he's like, no. And I'm like, well, how are you going to make a difference if you can't be a giver and like give? And somebody bought a hole for $150 or like the hole in one thing, for $250, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But I was just like, dude, we're nobodies, and our little ragtag social media thing that we got going on, it just shows how generous like all you guys are and we are, and I'm really, really proud of that.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool.
It was a really cool experience for sure.
It was even funnier was, or even cooler was, well, not even cooler, but funny thing was, we've never been golfing before, by the way.
In our life. Like,
ever.
Putt-putt has been the closest that we've ever gotten.
Yeah, I've never been anywhere near a golf course. I'm 36. We did. We got married at a country club. We had an inn. We thought it saved us a couple bucks. I don't really know if that's the case. Because that was a expensive bill that we paid for our own wedding. But that's the closest we had ever been to a golf course. Normally they like have people like us, like they see us off the golf course.
We're not allowed on the golf course. Yeah.
They're like, you guys aren't all, you people.
You people.
But it was funny because the almonds had came up the night before, that Thursday.
Yes.
Right? I'm trying to get the timeline right.
Friday.
Yeah, and so we were already at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Like, hey, meet us here.
We're like, hey, we got to buy a couple golf things. And like, oh, okay, like, to fill in the blanks, to fill in the cracks of like all the stuff we already have, right? And yeah. So we like,
totally.
We go to this the golf section, right? You guys have been there, and there's this like poor soul just sitting there, like some 21-year-old kid minding his own business, watching the Ryder Cup or whatever he's doing. I don't even know. Watching some golf thing on the TV, and I'm like, hey, dude, we need some golf stuff. He's like, all right, cool, man. Like, I got you. He's like, what do you got so far? I'm like, nothing. He's like, cool. He goes, okay. He goes, when do you guys golf? I go, tomorrow at 8:30. He goes, oh, okay. He goes, you ever hit a golf ball? I go, no, sir. What's your handicap? Pretty steep, actually.
All of it?
I'm 100% mentally handicapped. I said, what? He goes, oh, okay. He goes, he's like asking all these questions. I'm like, bro, I have no idea. Okay. I need to load up. I need to look the part. The budget's not really a concern. I said, lay it on me. I need everything. He goes like, what kind of no budget? He's like, you want to get out of here for a G or 2 or like 10? I go, well, not 10. I said, we're not that committed to the game. I said, but give me something that's like decent, respectable, and something that I can grow into. Joke's on him. I'm probably going to golf once a decade. Maybe next year.
We actually were joking with the Almonds that we should bring our clubs down to Louisville and stay an extra day.
Well, they're rich. They probably have, the Almonds probably chopper in.
PJ.
Yeah, they fly with the jet. They transfer over to the helicopter and then land on the
green.
On the green, putting green.
On the putting green. I don't know if you can.
The tee box.
I don't think that's the place that you weren't allowed to drive, was the putting green.
Well, other people. We found that out. Because Caleb Almond's like, dude, you can't drive on that. I'm like, well, why? It's all the same. He's like, dude, you'll get kicked out. I go, not really. I'm the presenting sponsor. Like,
terrible. Terrible.
So, but we walked, it was a funny story though, because this kid, I said, dude, I hope you work on commission today. He goes, oh yeah. I said, oh yeah. He was all excited. I said, give me some golf. So we got everything. We got golf. By the way, this is why we make money. Like I work hard to play hard. And when there's a good story to happen, I like to go all in.
We have to go again because of.
Get their cost averaging down. Yeah. Cause right now we're like really thick into it.
Our cost per use is
pretty rough. But it's funny because we got golf clubs, right? A set or with the bag.
Yep.
We've got shoes. We got gloves. We got tees, right? The little sticks, the little tee off stick things. Yep. Clearly, I'm a professional. We got golf balls. We got a little towel to wipe off our putters. Obviously, because we need that with my 5-wood. My 5-wood. My 9 and my pitching wedge. Putting wedge?
Pitching wedge.
Just for the people that don't know anything about golf, Liz. Golf. Do you say golf or golf? Golf. What else did we get? We got shoes. I got 2 different hats. I got 2 hats.
Because
we got golfing jackets. You wore leggings, and then I just wore some joggers. What else did we have? We bought...
That's about it. I did find out, though, from Brittany Almond that he gave us a bucket of balls because he knew we were idiots. Oh. And like you actually take a bucket of balls to driving ranges, but he was like, these guys are going to need.
I remember that conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because most people go with like a sleeve or 2.
I guess.
Well, they gave us like a couple sleeves of like Pro V.
Those suckers are expensive. Like you just whack these off into the woods. Like
each ball's like $8. Yeah. And then Caleb's got a ball retriever thing.
I understand why.
I'm like making fun of him, and then he tells me that each golf ball's like a couple bucks. I'm like, that's ridiculous. We need those.
As opposed to our bucket of balls.
we actually went through half a bucket.
It was so much fun though.
Well, I'm just for context.
We did because
how many balls are in a bucket or a tin or a pail? It's got to be 50. It's got to be 50. We went through 25 balls, Elizabeth.
Well, at the end, there was kind of like you
beautiful driving.
You like
spot.
hit it. I don't know.
Way over this huge swamp thing.
Yeah.
It looked like a driving range, like over this huge swamp, and there's a green on the other side with a little flag.
Yeah, and we're the last ones, I think, on the course, so we're just kind of like.
Yeah, it was like 3:45. Everybody's been done for 30 minutes, and we suck. We're like, hey, we're at hole 12.
The Rangers kept coming out. You guys okay?
He's like, you guys doing pretty good? And I'm like, yeah, dude, relax.
As long as you're having fun.
That's what I said. I said, I'm the presenting sponsor. Go away. But it was funny, though. When we were ringing up and checking out, the Almonds they got there 5 minutes before, and he's like ringing us all up because he walked with us all the way to the counter. If you noticed, obviously, he's like, "No, I'll take care of this one," because he's probably getting like $20 a bag for commission and every putter thing. And so we start checking out, and he goes, "All right, here's what we're at so far." I go, and it was like $2,199 or something. It was like $2,200, I remember. And I go, "Dude, that's not bad. That's not bad at all." He goes, "That's just for her stuff." I went, "Oh."
We had to go golfing again.
I laughed
it sucks
so
because
hard.
We actually had a ton of fun.
I had a ton of fun.
And we're going
into
give it up. Winter, so like I don't think we'll have the chance to go on a course.
Well, we could go to like Tampa in Florida in Texas.
What do you like? Take them in a carry-on? What do you do with your golf clubs?
Oh, people take them on the airplanes all the time. I see them in those like big black hard container Stone Go type deals.
I do that. That would be fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got to go to Georgia and TPC Sawgrass and Mandolin Bay and Mar-a-Lago. Trump's down there. And that's all I really know. There's got to be some place like Sarasota.
We can't do what we did.
Is that a city?
Yes. We went to Sarasota for the Hype House. We cannot golf like we did.
Oh, no. We would get kicked out.
And go to like a nice place. There's no way.
Well, what's wild to me is that there's golf courses with houses on them.
I know. Brian,
that would be impossible.
That one drive or whatever you did.
Dude, you can't tell that story.
I am telling the story. This poor man is in this Toro UTV mule thing.
It's a golf course thing. It's not part of like their other product lines. It's
he's just a groundskeeper. He's just minding his business. And he's kind of like
pruning some sapling things.
He's off to Brian's right as he's heading forward.
Straight right.
Yeah, almost even a little bit behind you. So how this happened?
Like 12 feet in front of me. Like straight right. Like 30 feet off right.
How this even happened?
And almonds are like, and you guys are all like 3 feet behind me on the right.
It was like a 90-degree angle. So Brian's supposed to be pointing one way, and the ball went completely the other way at a 90-degree angle into this man's UTV thing, and the thunk it made, like if this would have hit this poor old
the guy
man,
was behind the mule, ducking down,
weeding or something.
He was pruning with hand shears, some like saplings, and I hit that thing.
It was bad.
Dude,
it was bad. Caleb was mortified.
It sliced so straight right, hit the side of his cart, and the metal, ding, off the dude. I mean, boom, and he like pops his head up like a gopher. He's like looking at me. I'm looking at him. I'm like trying not to like trying to like save face, going like, man.
I was already apologizing.
Dude, Caleb Allman looked at me like, dude, you almost killed that guy. Dude, it's so bad.
It was really bad. And then we kept seeing him.
Then this dude had a death wish.
I think he
followed us to the next 5 holes. He's
like,
cutting
this is
down.
my way out.
Dude, for real. Then we were starting to make fun of it because like every hole we went to, this guy would follow us to just cut down some random sapling. I'm like, dude, this guy at this point now is just looking for a check.
When your fall leaf cleanups are stacking up like the leaves and time is of the essence, there is no better solution than to sleigh through the leaf cleanups at warp speed with Billy Goat's flagship leaf loader, the all-new DL3700 VETR Leaf Dragon, and the Z3000 zero-turn Hurricane stand-on blower. The combination of these two all-powerful leaf-decimating machines will burn through large-scale leaf cleanups fast, helping to save valuable time and money during the season. The Leaf Dragon features 6,900 CFM of high-volume leaf suction, while the Hurricane Blower has 7,500 CFM of air volume and travels at a ground speed of 9 miles per hour. This pairing is the perfect setup for high-volume leaf cleanup that will exceed your expectations in productivity and result in a more profitable season than ever before experienced. Visit your local Billy Goat dealer or learn more at billygoat.com.
Right? I mean, there's no other way to connect the dots. I'm like, does this guy know how in the danger zone he is? By the way, that's obviously how great my golf game was. But Caleb Allman was so secondhand embarrassed. He's like, dude, you need to go apologize to that guy. I go,
it was bad.
I go, do I? He goes, yeah. Like,
it was bad.
Dylan Stevenson listens to the show, once in a while.
Great.
And
he's like a pro.
He is a pro. He like sends me some golf videos for some encouragement that Friday morning. And Dylan's, an upside down triangle and knocks it 350 yards with his driver.
I don't understand. It's the most frustrating thing because you want to do it so
it's
well.
It's all the mustache.
And then like you actually go to execute and none of it makes any sense. You're like, that should have, like, I'm not even hitting the ball. Like,
dude, our first 10 swings, we did not connect.
So bad. And then, oh my God, the first hole. Okay, so it's freezing. We get out there and we're like, okay, this is going to be great. Whatever. Like, what do we do? And the almonds show us, which was so nice. And then I'm like, I really have to go pee. It's going to be like a long day. Like, you should probably go back just real quick while the boys are finishing up. And I mean, Brittany's like, okay, cool. I lost like the little sock that goes on your putter or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, we're professionals, obviously. The head sock cover.
The head sock cover somewhere along the way. And so we need to go find that. And so I'm like, okay, we can still see the clubhouse. Like we haven't made it far at all.
We're 300 feet from the clubhouse.
And so
we haven't even made it. It's 8:36 in the morning.
Her and I start to head back and we hit a bump and Caleb's clubs fall off the golf cart. And this ranger is watching us do this. And as we go past it, we get out of
pick your clubs up.
Yeah, pick the clubs up, secure them again. They were secured. I don't know how that happened.
Only you.
And then we have to pass by a group of people, and there isn't enough room on the roads. Like, we have to go like halfway up a hill. I thought this cart was going to tip. I'm like, oh God. Brittany Almond is much more adventurous than I am, and she was driving. And make it around them. And as we're passing the ranger guy, he's like, quitting already? And we're like, thanks for your confidence, buddy. And so I walk into the clubhouse, and there's all the ladies who volunteered, to help this. They're like, are you okay? Are you done already? Like, no, like, you're such a it was like it was like a walk of shame, and we hadn't even like made it out of the first tee off place, whatever it's called. I don't know.
Tee box?
It's not a box.
I think it's called a tee box. I really don't know. Like, people will learn with us.
It's the part where you drive. You hit it with the big one.
Well, there's like the red, the yellow, and the white zone.
The red was supposed to be for the ladies.
Or the blue. The blue zone, because Caleb was adamant that I had to hit it from the white zone, and I'm like, Caleb,
we all were, and Brittany and I are like, okay.
No, you guys went to red
like twice.
After the second or third hole. You guys went to all red.
No, because what happened is people got progressively more drunk, and then it was all men for the most part, except for like 2 cartfuls of women.
We saw everybody,
and they were so drunk.
There was a lot of drunk people. That's what you do, though.
Like,
that's what we've come to find out.
Hey, you got any liquor in your cart? We could buy, like we were cart girls or something, like bar cart girls.
I guess that's like the derogatory thing to say. Are you a cart girl?
Screw
the beer
you.
girl? The beer girl?
Because so, like, after you guys would go, we would go up to the women's, and then the guys behind us, like the group behind us, would start hitting their balls at us as we're trying to hit from.
It was also a safety thing, because like knowing that you and Brittany were 100 feet or 50 feet or whatever in front of Caleb and I, we were like, no, it's not good for your guys' safety, because my balls were going.
It just wasn't working.
Dude, I hit so much stuff into the woods, into the ponds, into the mule guy, like 3 different times.
Poor man.
I think my longest drive was maybe 31 feet.
I was just happy when I made connection with the ball.
That's what I'm saying.
After that,
like, I mean, literally, I see Caleb like line up, and he's a pro. Caleb's only bottleneck was that he's using equipment from 1944. Literally, I think like
his clubs are probably worth more than yours because they're antiques.
I mean, but that's the point. They're antiques, and the patina. He just needed a little baby rubbing oil on the stuff because they're all kind of rusting out a little bit. But God bless him, he was rocking and roll. He's an old soul with his old clubs. He had great form. I think if he had some product made in this century, he would do pretty well. I mean, honestly, like. He was using my putter because he had like a little vintage one. It was just like an old little like bent thing, and I'm like, it's like the first putter that's ever been made. And but it's funny, he carried the team. He did pretty good. Actually, they used our shot once in a while. I think you had at least once because you were the only one left on the greens. Everybody else went in the wood line. And then I think I got lucky like one time. And that was the video that I actually like teed off really good. It looked like I knew what I was doing on the Instagram short or reel, whatever, because that's one actually looked like I knew what I was doing. But every other ball I hit sliced left or right. So awful.
My favorite on the reel I made of your footage was when I hit it at the end and you go, that's the best one all day. It made it to the road. Like, it's a good thing.
Dude, it was the wildest.
It was so bad.
By the way, don't call me to golf with you. Don't call me to be in your foursome. If you do a charity thing, take you and your homies and your boys. I am not your golf partner. I'm not your golf friend. I know nothing about golf. I have no ambition to learn anything about golf. Caleb's like, oh, dude, you should just get a pro and he'll teach you. I'm like, no, I'm not interested. I'm not doing that. I have no interest. Not Caleb, but Troy Clogg comes around, and he's shaking hands and kissing babies. Yeah. So he comes around and jumps out of his cart, and he's all in his pink outfit and
his loud pants.
He's looking funny and cool, and he's smoking a cigar.
Yeah,
he's super generous and super kind, and he pulls out his I don't even know, 7 iron, 5 iron.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Pulls out this metal club. And he goes, oh, it looks like 6, and he's, he belongs to this thing. So he's like, oh, it looks
this
like
is like his, where he's a member.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're 62 feet from the whatever. And I'm like, yeah, dude, of course. So he's smoking a cigar. He's got like a drink. He's like one hand in this thing, and he just like chops it, and it just goes, shoo, and it's spinning backwards. He hits it up high, so it drops down straight low, and so it just when it drops, it just stops, and it's like 12 inches from the hole. And he goes, oh, that's an okay one. I'll take it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And it's just funny because he knows how to golf. And I think Brittany, I hear like the weeds, shuffling because Brittany Almond's coming out of the reeds from the pond. Caleb's still looking in the woods for his ball. Liz is all like, look at the sky, look at the leaves.
I loved it. It was so much fun because it's fall in Michigan. It's beautiful. It was terribly cold, but it was stunning. Like,
yeah.
I could totally see the allure of, it's almost like a mini vacation going out there in like the middle of busy season in the summer or something and just taking a couple of hours.
I agree. It was fun. It was relaxing. It was fun. It was cool. I do get it. I don't think I'll golf again. I don't think it's really my sport. One, because I suck, which is the main issue.
We don't have a sport.
No, but I really like shooting. There's something about gunpowder. I do like playing paintball because they're just more active. Other people, they're just not.
This is like a social event.
I don't like people. It's not my thing. That's what I'm saying. I don't like.
We were with the almonds.
No, I like them.
Right.
Most days. No, I'm just kidding. It's something by your website.
It was such a funny.
To hold me hostage for BrianStun.com. They're crazy people, man. But it was a good time. I do get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. And I'm sure like the places you go, like the beautiful like courses and stuff. This was like a $50 green tea fees or whatever they call it. Other ones are like a couple $100.
I know. We would not have been allowed there.
Well, I mean, you get a free invite if you're the presenting sponsor, apparently. So shout out to all you guys that subsidized and helped to make that happen. I tried to carry the team. I didn't do a very good job. I was happy when I connected once. Dude, every time I would swing so hard, and Caleb's like, the harder you try, the worse you do. So I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. So I go up there and I swing, I miss. I go, and he's like, it'll humble the best of us.
I was up late Thursday night. You and Emmy were just out, and I'm like, reading How to Golf for Dummies and like all the etiquette stuff, and I don't know. I felt like I was studying for like cramming before a test. Still didn't help me at all.
No. I mean, if we scored the actual game, we probably had like a 215 points. I think the goal is to get to like 60 or 70. No, dude, there's no way.
It was like less than 10% of the like golfing people get less than 100.
Oh, well, we were like, dude, I'm gonna be honest, we were probably like 300 then, which isn't bad for bowling. Not that good. Really quick, let's wrap up with if anybody's still left with us on the show, hearing about our.
At this point.
What's that?
None at this point.
It's not at this point.
We're talking about golf on a lawn care podcast for 30 minutes.
Yeah, but it's like the end of the season, so like I don't want to be like. Next week we'll have 7 ways to make more money with leaf cleanups. Like, relax, it's all there. But just for my mental health, I can't just
People
be like.
are probably driving down to Louisville listening to this.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you're driving to Louisville, give me a 2 honk 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 honk,
and then honk honk honk.
Yeah, that way if I'm driving down the road and I'm happy to be next to you, and some guy just goes honk honk, at least I know they listen to the show.
We don't have a vanity plate on the truck.
We don't, but it'll be a pretty distinct truck. Are we going to take the plow down there?
I hope not.
I haven't unhooked the plow since I got it. But no, really quick, our schedule, because
now you want to look at my nice.
No, I don't need this garbage, but it's literally on my phone. I don't know why you did. I could have just sent you my note.
You have a list, not a schedule.
It's the same thing. But really quick, the 4 or 5 things of importance, because we'll be at, if you guys didn't listen to last week's show, everybody did like 7 things you need to do to get ready to equip. I don't want to do a show like that because there's everybody else did a show like that, and that's fine. I already did a couple shows on equip. It's going to be a really, really good time. So one thing I will say though, if you guys want to connect and link up and hang out, Muriel's Whiskey Kitchen, Mitchell Gordy's thing will be there at 6 or 7. Not for long, because we're going to go across the street to
fireworks.
The fireworks and the I think it's the stadium. I'm not sure which stadium that is.
Louisville Slugger Stadium.
Is it?
Pretty sure.
I think that's what it is. But we're gonna go there for fireworks and the what do they call it? Like the opening ceremony.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go there. So if you guys want to hang out, please come say hey there. The whole show, noon Wednesday, is open to the public. We will be there. It's gonna be a banger time. Come check out the Xmark booth at 2 p.m. on Wednesday. That's really our only Wednesday obligation, if you will. Then these are just some of the quick highlights if you guys want to link up, because I really do want to see you guys and hang out. Thursday, you got Energize at 2 o'clock, and then the Toro booth takeover from 3:15 to 5. The Toro thing's a new one. We're going to go link up with those guys. Really excited about hanging out.
Really quickly, what's Energize about? I mean, I know, but have you talked about it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we talked about it a bunch of times. It's going to be a panel with me, Blake, Paul Jameson, Blake Albertson with B&B Lawn Care, Paul Jameson, Green History Podcast, and Mike Andes with Augusta Lawn Care. Talking about customers, getting customers, making money, profitability, helping you guys grow. It's going to be a really, really fun time. We actually got a couple things that we haven't announced that we're going to be doing in terms of like giveaways, like giving away money, giving away a bunch of stuff. It's going to be really, really cool. We're really hoping everybody shows up for that event because it's the first time, they've give us the stage and the platform to do that. So I really hope everybody comes and help us pack it out. It's 2 p.m. on Thursday. So there'll be food there. There'll be snacks. They'll be giving away energy drinks. It's kind of like the lull, at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to get back pumped up, get some energy drinks, get some food, some snacks, that'll be the place to be. It's at
Sit
the main...
down for a minute. My feet always hurt so bad. Even if it's like the first or second day, doesn't matter.
Let somebody else talk for an hour because your voice is probably going to be gone already by then at that time of the day. So that's 2 on Thursday from 2 to 3. And then we'll be at the Toro booth. I got to run out of there at 3 to get to the Toro booth. 15 minutes. Well, I need 15 minutes to walk 200 feet, and that's with just like saying sorry, bye. I'll catch up with you. But that'll be from 3:15 to 5 on Thursday, and then those evenings we'll go to 4th Street a little bit, hang out. We are bringing Emmy, not to the trade show obviously because she can't, but she'll be in Louisville, so it's gonna be fun. So we'll be doing a little family thing too. What's up?
I don't know how it's going to go.
We don't know how it's going to go.
Playing it by ear.
Playing it by ear. Grams is coming, which will be helpful. And then Friday, 9:30 to 10:30, I'll be at the Kawasaki booth outside. We're going to do 9 to 10, but we're going to do 9:30 to 10:30 just to give people a half hour to actually get outside.
It takes a minute to get out there.
It does take a minute to get out there.
That's
myself
cool. I
included.
didn't know that was outside.
Yeah, well, and myself included because I got to navigate out there. What I'm probably going to do is go around the backside of the whole event, and you can just walk in. You don't have to go through the trade show to then go to the outdoor booths. You can just park in the back area and just go straight to the outdoor segment and section, which is probably what I'm going to do on Friday.
Yeah.
That way you can bypass the whole trade show and save literally a half hour of walking.
Yeah, it's a lot of walking.
Yeah, and you should be able to get out there at 9 o'clock in the morning, but I'm just going to be at that booth at 9:30. So I'll probably be zipping around, maybe trying to catch some demos and do some video, hang out with you guys a little bit. So yeah, it'll be pretty good. But those are the big 3 or 4 or 5 things I wanted to mention.
We're going to the rally.
Yeah, we'll be at the YouTube rally 6 to 9 on Thursday night as well. Yeah, good call. So it'll be, get there early. I was listening to Naylor and Paul talk about that. If 5, 6, 700 people show up, and it's kind of like in a more urban part of the town. So like there's no parking. So they were suggesting Ubering. I would say that's not a bad thought. But if not, just be prepared to walk 4 or 5 blocks, for real. You have to walk a little bit to, well, we just ramrodded it up front. Remember, we just parked on the road.
I wasn't there last year.
Oh, Caleb Allman just ramrodded. He just parked on the side of the road.
I'm not surprised.
For real. I was like, we're sticking out 5 feet with a Chevy because it's a long bed, I think. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't really think this is a lane. He goes, F it, if they take it, they take it. It ain't worth much. I was like, oh, okay. And because I carpooled with them. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Don't park to get towed, but there wasn't a lot of parking at that venue because it's just not a big spot. The venue's cool. The venue's a lot of fun, but any which way. So we'll be there Thursday night, 6 to 9. That'll be a good time. But anything else you got really quick?
No, I'm excited to go this year. It was weird not going last year.
Last year you were all Lego my Prego.
No, we had just had Emmy in
That's what
August.
I'm saying. Yeah, you were. Emmy was 2 months old, 3 months old.
Yeah.
So this year you're making the trek. Emmy's coming on down. Should be a pretty good time.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope to see you guys there. And then I'm sure we'll be when we come back. It's right off to the races with a couple more weeks of mowing. We got the fall tour. So stay tuned for all those videos, which are going to be really cool. And it's just never a dull moment. After that, it's leaves. After that, it's snow and LAL. We're at 270 plus tickets already with LAL. Which is really, really healthy. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to get your ticket. Don't blow all your money in Louisville. We're going to turn on the promo big time once we get back from Equip. You got about 3 or so weeks left to get your ticket.
Yeah, we're on the second backup hotel. So there's the original
third.
hotel.
Yeah.
Third, yeah.
Yeah.
Our backup hotel. Now we're in another backup. Hotel. Yeah, back to the backup.
For real. You guys are selling out hotel rooms like crazy. Thank you guys so much for jumping on those. If you need the link, shoot me an email or check Instagram stories or something like that. I'll post it everywhere I can. It's wild though. But for LAL tickets, the event is on November 12th, Saturday. The week of that Monday, we'll be shutting down the ticket sales. Mm-hmm. So you have that Monday, the 6th or whatever, to get your ticket.
Yeah, and I saw some people asking in the
group chat or
Facebook group about activities and stuff in the area. A lot of people said that they are choosing just to bring their wife and not kids because Novi Michigan in the fall isn't
Not
so
a ton
fun.
of things to do.
Not by November, it's too cold. But there is the wife breakfast. I went to
Oh yeah, the wives are going to do breakfast Sunday
I saw
morning.
a few ladies are excited about that. So.
Yeah, wife breakfast Sunday morning. I think that's going to be like 8 to 9 or something like that. Or is it 9? Well, we'll look. Check the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Because the masterclass breakout session for the private event is on Sunday morning as well with Corey and Nick Carlson. But those tickets sold within the first 12 hours. So
that was wild.
Yeah, that's a small kind of breakout session with those guys. So yeah, should be pretty cool. But that's what we got for you guys today's podcast. And then Wednesday, I know we have an Xmark exclusive, which is going to coincide with the What's New with Xmark. I got Lenny Magnol on, and then Friday we got another gentleman on sharing his story just as a guest interview. Keep it light, for Fridays with a guest, and it's going to be a full-packed week. So stay tuned to YouTube. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel for all the latest and greatest. We're going to be dropping as many videos as possible. A lot of YouTube shorts. Rob's coming, helping me capture some media.
It'll be nice having him there.
It'd be nice having him there. Give him a break. Let him get to meet all you guys and vice versa. If you guys can give Rob a high five and, hey, thanks for everything that you guys do.
He's tall, too, so he can help us see through the crowd.
Yeah, right? I'll just get on his shoulders. Where are we at? It's like flying a drone, but different. But if you guys can give him a high five and just speak some encouragement into him, he's just a pillar for what we're doing and
totally
very reliable. So thank you guys for giving him a high five and saying thanks for all that you do. But that's what I got, babe. You good?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll button it up. A little bit more to follow here. Some other cool announcements coming in up this fall, and can't wait to keep you guys posted. So, what's up with the weird eyebrow thing? What are you doing there?
I don't know.
Are we making a baby? Something like that? Okay. All right. Well, over and out from this episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast, guys. Look forward to catching up with you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Entrepreneur Academy Live is back and better than ever. LAL 22 Live. Saturday, November 12th in Novi, Michigan. Join 400 fellow entrepreneurs and learn from some of the best in the industry at this powerful conference that will help you grow your business. Speakers include James Mansky, Mike Andes, Paver Pete, Troy Clogg, Nick Carlson, and Mark Bradley of LMN, just to name a few.
The energy is going to be insane. The electricity is going to be off the hook. And for any of you guys that have been before, you know how awesome the event is.
Your ticket covers access to the conference, lunch on Saturday, and free admission to the Friday night go-kart races. It's going to be so much fun. We'll see you in Novi, Michigan, Saturday, November 12th. LAL 22 Live. Sponsored by Xmark, Ballard Products, Sure Track, Kelly & Sons Trailers, and Yardbook. Grab your ticket now at l'entrepreneuracademy.com.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.